Greetings, planty people, welcome back to my jungle. Hope you're all doing fabulous. It's a lovely sunny autumn day today, so I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good too. So today's video, I thought I would share my favourite silvery kind of cool toned plants. Now my houseplant collection is predominantly kind of dark leafed velvety thingies, but I do love a little silver moment, I must say. Adds a bit of dimension to the colour story. I'm getting a bit ooh, but you know what I mean, And if you're new here, hello, my name's Jules and I have way too many plants. Okay, what should we start with first? So this absolutely gorgeous plant is the philodendron. Yes, philodendron, right? Brantianum. Look at that. So the leaf is so beautiful on this one. It looks pixelated, like it hasn't loaded right. So the lovely heart-shaped leaves, and it is a climber, so I've got it on a makeshift moss pole for now. Now, if you do see a couple of these hanging on my plant, it's because I'm dealing with spider mites at the moment, and they're predatory mites that basically just eat all the little pests that you don't want. So this is actually relatively new, I think. This one, I think it only cost me $7.99. I remember years ago, these were so expensive. So I waited for the right time. Now this one I've had a little bit of a struggle bus with. One of the stalks just didn't survive, but it's bounced back, so I'm not too worried. And I don't know if you can see on the top there, this plant has been struggling with putting out leaves. They just kind of go brown, like that. Do you see that? So if you've got any tips, let me know. It's in a nice bright space, so I have my grow lights as well. The humidity is pretty high in here. I don't know what's wrong. Let me know if you've had this experience. I know a few of my friends have had that experience too. So let me know if I'm doing anything wrong. I don't know. I just really want this one to live. And yep, spider mites, go away, spider mites. I always get spider mites this time of year. It's because it's getting cooler outside and all these little bugs are going, yeah, let me have some warmth. So yes, I absolutely love this one. I want to grow it really big. This is the biggest leaf I have, about hand size. That's beautiful. I'm dealing with some really bad muscle pain on my ribs at the moment, so if I look a bit stiff, that's why. So the next one, I can't do a silver plant video without showing you this bad boy. Ho ho ho, look how bushy it's getting. I love the sound it makes. It's just beautiful, isn't it? So this, if you didn't know already, is the Moranta silver band. And I know a lot of people do struggle with Moranta. I think the reason why I get on with Moranta is because I have a slight tendency to overwater plants, which I've been slowly unlearning. So this one's quite thirsty, it loves humidity and likes a brighter light than you think. So this one lives on the floor down here on a little stand, and like I said, I get quite a lot of light in here. I've got white walls mostly, so that bounces off the light, and I have a grow light. So this is one of those Moranta that are a little more uncommon to find, but I've noticed they've been popping up everywhere and they're a lot cheaper. I believe I got this from B&Q for like £6. I mean, it was half the size, but I don't know. I just really get on with Moranta, and this one is a really beautiful addition if you want something graphic and has these gorgeous patterns on, and they're slightly velvety if you're into that. But like I said before, maybe, I can't remember, these attract spider mites like no other. So this one I actually tipped one of those little mite baggies in there because constantly mited. So yeah, this one's a good one if you want something cooler and slightly different to the normal Moranta you see. I just love it. I found this one is an easier and faster grower than the other ones, so maybe try it. And it's actually very easy to propagate as well from my experience. One last little shake. Love it. Okay, should we go for something completely different? Completely different. Da, 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 da. I have shown this one millions of times for good reason. I love it. And yes, I'm aware she's a little bit crusty dusty on the ends. She's getting there. This is its last leaf, and I do believe it is pregnant. So this, if you didn't know already, is an Anthurium crystallinum silver blush. Try saying that 10 times in a row. This one I got on my birthday trip to York from Botanic York. This was the only plant I could take home with me because everything else was too big and I had to get a coach back. Ugh. So this was just on my lap for the whole journey, like do 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 do. It was so small when I got it. I think it only had 2 leaves, and You probably know that I'm very clumsy and it's had a lot of accidents, and it's been very, very hardy, and it's been very resilient and has not stopped growing. So I'm very thankful that it understands that I'm clumsy and I don't mean to drop you. Mwah. That was weird. It's slightly different to the normal crystallinum. Don't know if you can see it there. It just has a lot more of that silver blush on it. And it has that blister variegation, so when the light shines on it, it's sparkly. And I love when a plant sparkles. I just love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is one of those plants that I just always pick up and go, oh wow, wow. So I reckon the next leaf is going to be a mighty big one. I can't wait. Each leaf is bigger than the last one. Okay, so next one is one of my newer additions. I know it looks a bit raggedy. That's because I had to bring it back on the bus in a little bag, and it was a busy journey and I was overwhelmed as hell. It was a bad day. I forgot my headphones, so I was just sat there like, let me know if you understand what I mean. Anyway, so this beautiful pillowy philodendron is the Columbia, SP Columbia, I think. So I hadn't actually seen this one before, so of course I had to snatch it up. If you know me, you know I love philodendron. I think it's probably my favourite genus at this point. Probably goes philodendron, alocasia, syngonium. If you didn't know that about me already, let me know what your favourite genus is. So yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with this one yet, but by the look of its kind of rooty trunky bits, it's probably going to be a crawler, a bit like how a gloriosum grows. It looks a bit gloriosum-esque. And I've seen people on Instagram, their leaves get huge, like ridiculous. So I'm going to have to figure out a way on how I'm going to grow this one, and probably where, because I will have to move it. So instead of it growing up, it prefers to grow across. Let me know where you get your long pots from. I haven't actually looked yet, but I will be looking at any recommendations. Would it be called like a trough? I don't know, we'll find out. But let me know if you've seen this one before. It's such a beauty, and it has that matte kind of shimmer to it. I know that's a bit of an oxymoron, but it is beautiful, and I wouldn't say velvety. Maybe a little bit velvety. It's just one I hadn't seen before, and it's got that gorgeous kind of cool tone to it. Most big pillowy philodendron are more of a warm tone, so yeah, gorgeous. I love it. I'll keep you updated on the growth of this one. Oh, there's a shoot there. Can't wait for that to grow. So this is another fairly new plant. I think I've had this a week or two. So this is an alocasia dragon's breath. That's it. Now, I'm not sure if it's dragon's breath or platinum, because they're very similar, so let me know. I'm pretty sure it's a dragon's breath, but if it's not, I'm happy either way. We all know that alocasia can be quite tricky, as they're very sensitive to root rot. So this one I've been keeping a very beady eye on, making sure that it's dry enough. It's probably dry enough for a water now, but from my experience, trial and error, killing many alocasia, the key is to just only water it when it's absolutely begging for it, because the amount of times I've gone to have a look at it and I'm like, oh, lift it up and it just rots and it's just a ball of mush. It's a very common problem. But this one, I don't know if you can see, there is actually a baby in there as well. There's probably loads of corms in there, so fingers crossed I'll have an army of them. What I do now with alocasia is when I can grow some corms of the mother plant, I will, because it's like if the main one dies, I still have a baby one. I also do this with some of my favourite plants. I just chop them, root them, have a little baby, because you never know, there might be a pest issue, you might knock it over. There's a myriad of situations, but I like to have little duplicates, you know, because I'm clumsy. But yeah, I love this one so much. It's got this gorgeous kind of pattern to it. I know not everyone's a big fan of textured leaves. I am, therefore I am in love with this plant. It's just so different and striking. Like, look at that. And the backs of the leaves are more of a dark kind of minty colour with some veining on there. It's just beautiful. I don't know if you can see, but the actual stems have a similar kind of pattern to, I don't know if you've seen a pink dragon alocasia, very similar, that kind of mottled stripiness. So yes, I love this one. Beautiful. I like the way it moves. It's like it's going, no. And last but not least, one of my absolute favourites. So this is another philodendron, surprise, 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 surprise. So this is a philodendron majestic. Now you're probably thinking, yes, it is a bit silver, but it's not massively silver. I mean, these are quite new leaves. So I got this from the Birmingham, I got this from the Birmingham swap a while ago, and it got battered in my trolley. So that was probably the most English sentence I could have said, battered in my trolley. So it was just like a stick with a half, you know, mauled leaf. So I was just like, right, I'm going to put you in my prop box and wait for you to grow. And look, it's, oh, it bounced back wonderfully. Just look at it. So it's got these gorgeous kind of, similar to the Brantianum, where it has like the splotchy blister variegation, but they can get really big. Sorry, that light behind it is kind of hindering its colour, but it's just such a gorgeous, easy philodendron and clearly very forgiving. This is one of those ones I'd wanted for a long time, so when I saw it at the swap I was like, yes. Can't remember what I swapped for it though. It was a while ago. It's just one of those gorgeous philodendron. I will put it on better support once it's bigger, and I'm in love with it. Yeah, I think that's all of them. I do have a silver sword philodendron, but it's just a wet stick at the moment, so it's not really worth showing you. It's rooting though, so whoop whoop. Let me know what your favourite silvery cool tone plants are. I would love to know. Maybe I'll add a few to my list. And maybe this has given you some inspiration as well. So I will leave all my social medias down below. Let me know what videos you want to see next. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Have a lovely day, whatever it is, wherever you are.